Here goes nothing, nothing, nothing. Here goes nothing, nothing, nothing. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my second card reading. And I am the Alchemist NorthWest Star, here to guide you on this path to finding your true north. So tonight, well, last night really, was the Libra Full Moon, and that is an air sign. And the themes from this are to balance by releasing old ideas and letting go of old paths. Again, that's one of the main themes, but there are many, many more, as Grandmother Moon has many layers and she tends to shed light on those shadow aspects within us. So other themes include letting go of old beliefs and systems. This includes things that are tied to fear, guilt, anger, and resentment. And these things will specifically come up as we begin to work through them. They'll begin to come up as physical ailments within the body. So just being aware of that. And as we all integrate into this new way of being, communication, grief and loss, remembering who we are at our essence. Specifically who we are without the doing, that is going to be one of the main themes for this time period. Not just this full moon, but this entire time. So ego integration and shadow work, going inward, and if you haven't already been forced to do that, you might be soon. Coming home to your true self, getting to know yourself as your essence, who you are again without the doing. And then finally, connecting to your mission on this planet and gaining of true power. So we're letting go of false power, we're letting go of greed, of power that comes from creating fear, and we're stepping into our true power that comes from knowing who we are, not being worried about judgments of others, but moving forward on our path with confidence. So things, as always during the full moon, can feel very heightened during this time frame or even extreme. It's a time of expansion, of greatly magnified perception. There's going to be mass access to spiritual teachings, meditations. There's also going to be access to physical practices like yoga and Tai Chi. This is all going to be done virtually. There's also going to be time to commune together in virtual circles. Take advantage of those teachings, of those communal gatherings. These are all helping to guide you to your vehicle or your modality of choice. Even if you're not quite sure what that is yet, it's going to reveal itself. For those that are light workers and healers, you're meant to guide others during this time. It is now your time to step up. You're going to be presented with plenty of opportunities to spread your light, to share your gifts. Do not hide during this time. I am, as a light worker who is been asked to step forward, I am asking you to do exactly the same thing. It is your time to shine. So let go of what others might think of you and know that the magic that you have to offer is needed during this time. It truly, truly is. I give you permission to move forward. So for everybody right now, the world, Mother Earth, she's Mother Earth, Earth, she's shedding layers, she's releasing, and she's offering you a break to go inward so that you can do the same work internally, so that you can release, you can let go of, especially of old belief systems that are no longer serving at this time. We are on a global level, likely on a universal, like even beyond our own tiny planetary existence, going through a huge frequency shift at this time. We are leveling up big time. Before this time period, we were in the twin flame transition, and that transition, was going on over 10 or 15 years. It was kind of like this, kind of like a deep, steep incline and like a steady, but steady incline. This, on the other hand, frequency shift is like this. So get ready, because if you're not already, we're experiencing it right now. Let's see. So all people are going to be experiencing this full moon very differently. So just keep that in mind. Be gentle with yourself. Some are going to have a good time, and this is going to feel like a great time, again, of expansion. You're going to be flowing with that. You might be highly connected to water, but on the other hand, you might also be an earth sign. You're very grounded in this change. And then others are going to have a very difficult time. Just remember that it is okay to not be okay. As you're in this time going inward, I encourage you to journal, I encourage you to meditate, I encourage you to cry, to scream and yell and shout and let it out. Whatever you need to do to move energy, do it. So, let's see. So there are some deep-seated beliefs that you're going to be asked to release. You might be specifically experiencing this heightened energy in the form of health issues, in the form of economical issues, social or political, and specifically you might feel this more relationally with friends and family. So just, again, keeping that in mind, be gentle with yourself as well as others is really key right now. So whatever is happening, you're being asked to step up and connect with your mode of relating to the world, whatever that is. As we've all been pulled out of our daily lives, of our normal routines, we are being asked to connect now with our north node. So previously you might have been sitting in that south node, which is what you've been comfortable with over your probably entire life, and now you've been pulled out of that and asked to look forward to the north, to your future, but also it's happening right now. So your future is now. And so you'll be uncovering your vehicle for connecting to the world in a more permanent and sustainable way. Give yourself permission to do that work. Do not hide from it. It's very important. Moving forward, not backwards. On one hand, you may feel incredibly alive right now, which can be exciting, but it's great to see and feel everything, even in the middle of the night when Grandmother Moon is likely waking you up from your slumber. However, you can easily be overwhelmed by this energy, so grounding is key here. Go outside, plant a garden, go for a hike in the park, whatever you can do, as long as you're staying away from people and social distancing, it's definitely key. Yeah, and also moving the energy through your body, so getting physical, dancing, yoga, again, any sort of physical movement that you can do to move energy is also key and will be very helpful, and it will help you stay grounded because you're releasing that excess energy. So as a lot of us have moved more inward to our homes and are staying kind of confined, we need to make sure we're still moving that energy. You may be getting less sleep than usual. That's very common during a full moon, but this one's extremely powerful. Since this is because your consciousness is greatly expanding at this time. If you are sleeping, you might notice a heightened experience with dreams. Again, just let those play out. Don't take anything personally right now within your dream space or within real life. Don't take it personally. Some people may experience manic behavior or find that irrational fears are surfacing. Again, this is that shadow. The moon is illuminating on those shadows that are kind of those layers that usually stay buried, but they're now being brought to the surface. This can happen because any previously hidden or shadow work aspects of yourself or your environment or your home life or your work life are now being illuminated and brought again to that surface. So just be very aware, be very gentle with yourself as well as others. Do not take things personally. Let that shit go. So if you're happy with the intentions, hopefully if you do regular ritual work or journaling, hopefully you set some intentions around the new moon about 2 weeks ago. And if you're happy with those choices, then they're being magnified during this time. And know that you can easily be, this can easily be a really enjoyable time to bask in the joy of what you've manifested. So celebrate. Take the time to celebrate and become very aware of the little commitments that you've made and the little seeds that you've planted, whether it was 2 weeks ago or the beginning of the year. and celebrate where those seeds are at now. Take in their beauty, so to speak, smell the roses that are blooming at this time. However, if you did not set clear intentions, do not be hard on yourself, as this might be your first time hearing even about setting intentions during the new moon. And maybe you don't like sit down and set those regular intentions, but you generally might set out a plan for yourself during the year. And so do not be hard on yourself if you didn't commit to that. And what you were expecting around this time isn't blossoming. And I'm sure there's a lot of things that we might have expected to be happening at this time that are not, because the universe, it changed directions on us, and as again we're moving through that frequency shift. So just be gentle with yourself and those around you, because they likely are or could be more upset that things didn't work out the way that they thought they would. So as you become aware of maybe opportunities that you missed, notice those feelings and sit with them. Don't run from them. Really feel them. I even encourage you to journal about them. But again, do not be overly hard on yourself. Especially right now. Have compassion for yourself. Love yourself. Your self-judgment and oversensitivity to the judgment of others can be heightened during this time as well. Do not take things personally. So, themes to consider during this time. And woohoo, there's a lot of them. So I'm going to move through these, and then we're going to move into our card reading. So, as I've been researching about this full moon, it is so interesting connecting with your true north, again, reconnecting with, or connecting for the first time with your mission on this planet. So we must first release those old belief systems and move beyond the veil of illusion. So a lot of things that we believed were necessary in this life, we're realizing are not so necessary for us, like that 9 to 5. And we must remain grounded and fluid. So we need the earth energy and we need the water energy. So again, the reason we're needing that is because we're flowing through these changes, but we need to stay connected to ourselves and to Mother Earth during this time. Know that you are in a vast ocean of love. You are loved, you are protected. You're going to be moving through some healing work. So get ready. So staying fluid during this frequency shift is key. You're invited during this time to explore new ways of loving yourself. One of the things that I've been asking my students regularly is, what is your current self-care plan? And what could your future self-care plan be? And then we move through adding in one little thing at a time. And we do that so that we can love ourselves, and then we can love others more better. Yep. More better. Said it. And again, we need this to connect with that Libra mission of balancing. So, love yourself so you can love others. Now, today's message from the natural time mapping, before we move deeper into the themes of the Libra moon. So, natural time mapping, 13 moons, the galactic calendar. We're moving through the white magnetic wizard year. We're in the 10th month, and that is the month of the planetary moon of manifestation. Planetary moon of manifestation. We are on day 8, April 8th, so white planetary dog guided by endlessness. I perfect in order to love. Again, going back to love, going back to loving yourself, going back to loving others. I perfect in order to love, producing loyalty. I seal the process of the heart with the planetary tone of manifestation. What's come to fruition during this time? I am guided by the power of endlessness. So again, connecting you with your North Node, your mission in this lifetime, of moving forward, endlessness, love, and connecting with the heart. So, if you set those intentions a few weeks ago or at the beginning of the year, and you are likely experiencing the benefits of those intentions you set during that time, you could feel strong and proud of what you dedicated yourself to. In this case, it's likely you can clearly see the positive results of your commitments. Good job. Keep it up. Others could be noticing your fortitude as well and are more easily being drawn to you, especially during this time of needing guidance. At the same time, be very aware of certain pitfalls. It may arise unexpectedly, including being stubborn, headstrong, or bossy. So just be very careful as others are coming to you that you're not becoming overbearing. I am talking to myself right now. Acting aggressively or recklessly without taking others into consideration is a danger to be aware of. Selfishly over-identifying with your accomplishments, another thing to look out for, and always needing to be right or first. So as we're in this time of a heightened state, energy is really strong. Everyone is, there might be some headbutting, and just try your darndest to not fall into those pitfalls. These, quite frankly, they are very silly and they won't serve you or anyone. They will only cause heightened stress and strain during this time of, for some, confinement, for others, going inward. But for all of us, it's going inward. So if it hasn't been going so well these past couple of weeks, perhaps you didn't set intentions. Again, that's okay. Do not be hard on yourself. And also what you wanted may not have materialized. You may feel like you can't escape the awareness of your predicament. The solution is to have compassion and empathy for yourself. Again, go back to your self-care plan. What is it currently? And what could you do to it to add to it? What could you abundantly see around you to increase your love for yourself? So therefore you're increasing your love for others. So try not to judge yourself if you did not set intentions. And if you and even if you didn't even if you set intentions but then you didn't carry them through, again, try to be compassionate for yourself here. I always say that a life without expectations is a life without disappointment. Right now, focus on the expanded awareness that you have, connecting with that intuition that is certainly more heightened during this time. There will be other time when you can implement the actions that you know are worth taking. So give yourself that grace. Another important factor to consider with this full moon is the challenge of connecting to the views and sensitivities of others. In other words, communication is key. Those people could include someone within your household, or friends, or family, or coworkers, or even strangers that you're communicating with online, or maybe your neighbors that you're yelling to across the yard. Just be very aware of their emotions and their sensitivities, and try not to play into those. You may be tapped into your will, and you could be following your intuition. However, be sure to include the thoughts of others objectively. Be sensitive and compassionate to their views. No harsh judgments of self or others at this time. Another key thing there. Right now, when the rules have changed and you could be altering your direction, input from other people could feel confusing to you. At times, it could seem to slow you down even, but it's important to listen to feedback and to take it in and process it. It will inform you of what you don't intuitively grasp. Although it can be difficult to blend these two different approaches, the collaborative and the intuitive, but they're important. You might see opportunities to create partnerships during this time. You might be noticing that a current partner that you're having, as maybe you're both shifting gears or one of you is shifting gears, hopefully you've moved through the twin flame work of codependency and you are able to help support each other as pillars within your mission, within your North Node mission, your true North. And doing so can help you in the long run if you really want to achieve your mission. So again, look out for those partnerships, but again, make sure they're not full of judgments, make sure they're not full of codependency. You want them to be true North Node supporting partnerships. And if you've already got a good grasp on this, and there's a positive feedback loop currently in your life, in your current situation, then this full moon could be really, really positive for you. Meaning you can both receive feedback from others and you can follow your gut instinct. But it can also be one of the most challenging of the full moons, so be careful. Because of the required focus on balancing these opposing energies. Yeah. So that is just an overview from a lot of research that I've done today about the full moon. And yes, the full moon was yesterday, but it really spans out over about 3 days. So if you're doing any ritual work at this time, especially about releasing and letting go of old beliefs, and maybe you need to write those out and burn them or put them in some water and let them dissolve, then tonight is the last night to do that. But again, you have some leeway with the energy. It's still very strong at this time. So let's move into a little reading. And we're just going to get a general reading for this time. I'm going to adjust. So we're just going to get a general reading of the energies for this time. We are going to start with one of my tried and true decks, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And as we're moving through this, as we're shuffling, let's take a couple of deep breaths together. So inhale, exhale, sigh it out. Grounding down through the places that are connected to the earth, maybe the bottom or the feet, the legs. Take one more deep inhale here. Sigh it out. Feeling that intuition in that gut, in that solar plexus. Connecting there. Take another deep inhale. Moving the energy up into the heart space. Connecting with love and compassion. Take another deep inhale. Becoming aware of the top of the head, the crown chakra, connecting with the higher spirits. Spirits, ancestors, and guides. Those who have been on this land before us and those who will come after us. We invite your spirits into this reading to help guide us at this time as we move through this full moon. Please give us an energetic reading, a card reading, an oracle reading for the next 2 weeks. And so it is. All right. Let's see what we got here. The Diamond Dreamer. Material wealth and true prosperity. The Diamond Dreamer. And don't worry, I'm going to do the full card reading and then we will read through each of them. Moving to the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Love this deck. Little story about it. I actually bought all of these decks a few years ago, and I was only called to work with 2 of them. And I thought this deck was one that was going to be gifted to someone because it just didn't feel like it was for me. but I was moving through my own frequency shift. I was moving through my twin flame work, and the end of last year, around September, I moved through the next level of that frequency shift, and then this deck totally opened up, and divination began flowing through this deck so strongly. So I love, love, love this deck. Let's see what we have here. I'm actually going to draw a couple of cards from here. Ooh, let's see. Go the distance. Yes, staying committed to the healing work. Go the distance. Absolutely. And it could be healing work, it could be family work, ancestral work, emotional work, whatever it is, go the distance. Go the distance. Especially if you're transitioning, which we all are, if you're transitioning into something new, go that distance. Here's our next card. Poised. Poised. I have that one too. You guys can see it's kind of, there we go. My lighting's a little like, poised. And, okay, we're going to pause on this deck, but we are going to come back to it, so I'm going to leave them spread out. Okay. And the next one is the Enchanted Map. I love this because it gives us guidance on where we need to go. Ooh, and I'm getting to draw a couple from this deck as well. Alright, so the Dragon's Lair. Alright, so this is telling me so far the Dragon's Lair is about being aware of those pitfalls. And we already talked about some of those pitfalls being other sensitivities, taking things personally, and getting trapped in fear. So be very aware of that at this time. Stuck in the mud, and it shows up as an challenger. So we'll find out about that momentarily. And then our last card, again coming from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Let's do one more shuffle here and see what our final bit of information is about this upcoming time. Called to this card here. Ooh, I love this card, I think. Yes, peace, of course, peace. All right, there's a little dove there of an egg. All right, so let's now begin to learn about these bits. So our first card we drew was the Diamond Dreamer, material wealth and true prosperity. When the Diamond Dreamer arrives, he represents the successful manifestation of the unseen into the material. Be sure you truly want what you think you desire, for this ally will commit to getting it for you. All manner of conditions will flow around you. Messages from Spirit will serve to guide you toward achieving your heart's desire. If you want a house, then you'll be led to it. If your property is a new job, with the right continual steps, you will achieve this. If you desire a more harmonious relationship, the measures needed to create this will be obvious. A project finally pays off. Material gain and positive financial shifts may also be on the way. You will indeed see the tangible results of your ambition. The Diamond Dreamer also serves to guide you to the appropriate choices so that the unseen is awakened to move mountains on your behalf. Positive communication is now possible in all your relationships. Again, back to that communication and manifestation of your dreams, following your true north. If you are not clear on your intentions or what your true north is, there's plenty of guides out there. I'm a guide. There's guides, like, all you have to do is ask and your guide will appear. So take the time. If you do not know what it is that your true north is guiding you to, then, and the diamond dreamer is here, that means what your intentions are going to manifest. So I hope you're ready to accept what you're manifesting, and hope you really truly want what it is that you're asking for. So next we have, plays right along with it. Next we have go the distance. So go the distance, essential meaning endurance, strength, and the long haul. And aren't we in that time period? To bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Let me say that again. To bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities. So there's no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Go the distance. Stay committed to those little things, those little seeds of intention. Stay committed to the small pieces, things you can do every day to help you reach those goals. And then the next one, and also these cards numerically were one right after the other, which I thought was really interesting. So next we have is poised. Essential meaning, being ready, bringing something to light in that full moon, being at your best and confidence. The oracle's message, you can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to, your skills are sharp, you've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. I mean, come on. People respond to your confidence and they trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. So, now is the time. What are the pieces of your true north that are new, that you've been afraid of in the past? It's time to step up. It's time to commit. All right, moving on. So we have, nope, not stuck in the mud. We have, the dragon's lair. All right, so remember, you are always protected and divinely directed. You are always protected and divinely directed. The dragon's lair. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to your very core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are awaiting to be discovered. I'm going to read this part again. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. Take that risk. Take that risk. It is worth it. It is absolutely worth it. So next we have Stuck in the Mud, which appeared as a challenger. Stuck in the Mud. When this card is reversed, it reminds you that you're stuck due to your obstinate desire to get what you want, when and how you want it. Get out of your own way to reach your true north. Perhaps it's uncomfortable to admit that the course of action you've chosen for yourself isn't right for you now. Even so, you have a choice. You can struggle in the mud and get nowhere, or take a moment to observe where you are. Then step out, wash away the dirt, dry off, and find other things to do. A much better adventure awaits you. You'll know when it's time to embark upon it. That time is now. The time to embark on your new adventure is now. So, giving yourself that permission to get out of your own way. You're being asked to step forward. You're poised and you're ready. You know what it takes to commit and go the distance to receive your true north. And the diamond dreamer is on your side. So manifestation of material wealth is on the way if you're committed to your north node. And our final card, which I love and we need, and it did appear as protection message. So peace. Freedom from attachment. Radical acceptance. Don't we need that now more than ever? Freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. Now is the time for calmness and well-being in spite of temporary conditions. Even if there are dissonant notes in the music of your life. All that means is that you must go within and fine-tune the extraordinary instrument that you are. Find harmony within yourself. Don't look to the outer world to provide certainty. This too shall pass, and once again your life will be filled with beautiful music. What a beautiful message. Oh, my heart is so full. Thank you all so very much. Hopefully this will get posted tonight. If not, it might be a day late. So the full moon was April 6th, 7th was the high note, and then the 8th. Today's the 8th is what I'm filming. And again, I encourage you to embark on this journey of connecting with your essence, of going inward, releasing fear and old beliefs, inviting balance, which is what this Libra air sign full moon is all about. Inviting in balance and finding that peace. Thank you all so much for sharing this time with me. I am the Alchemist NorthWest Star. I am you and you are me. The highest in me honors and sees the highest in each of you. Namaste.